It's both trade deadline day for the 49ers and other NFL teams and election day in the U.S. That's the Red Fox Inn behind me, the oldest continually operating inn in the United States, built in 1728. John F. Kennedy used to stay there. I guess he held a press conference in the room upstairs. Cool stuff, but we're here to talk about football. And the 49ers, well, we'll see if they do make a move today. I do know that they've got a big game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up this weekend. We saw Tampa Bay last night play against the Kansas City Chiefs, and they fought hard, but they weren't good enough. And my one thing about the Buccaneers is that the defense is not nearly as strong as it once was for this team. In the past, when the 49ers had played Tampa Bay, it was a story of how San Francisco would go up against that Todd Bowles defense. Remember Brock Purdy's first career start in 2022? Tampa Bay was a top 5 defense. That was all the talk. And what happened then was that the first play went really well for the Buccaneers. Nickel blitz. Purdy didn't diagnose it. Got blown up. People thought, okay, well, this is the end of the Cinderella story following the Miami game. And, well, people couldn't be more wrong. Brock Purdy took over that game, beat Tom Brady. It was the only time in Tom Brady's career that he lost the game to a first-time starter, to a rookie starting his first game. And now Tom Brady's going to be in the booth announcing the game on Sunday with Kevin Burkhardt. The 49ers are about touchdown favorites. I think it's easy to see why they're about touchdown favorites. Tampa Bay yesterday could not stop the Kansas City Chiefs on third down. At one point, Patrick Mahomes was 11 of 11 on third down. The Bucs are number 30 in DVOA against tight ends. Yesterday, Travis Kelce tore him up on third down. So I would expect a big game from George Kittle. This defense that was once promisingly good for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has aged. Somebody like Levante David is 34 years old and not nearly as good in coverage for Tampa Bay at this point. The cornerback position is good on one side with Zion McCollum, but we saw a lot of inexperience get picked on by the Chiefs in the game yesterday. The pass rush, I mean, they used to have Shaq Barrett roaring off the edge to beat Kansas City in the Super Bowl. That's not the case anymore. Isn't this crazy? This is Middleburg, Virginia. It's a Safeway behind me. Bay Area supermarket all the way on the East Coast. We'll have to fly back to San Francisco tonight from Washington, D.C. Moving to the offensive side for the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, I think he's playing decent football. He's dangerous with his legs. He's got moxie, right? We've always said the Baker Mayfield had moxie. But the problem for the Buccaneers is that they're missing both Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. That's 110 catches between two receivers not in the lineup until the desperation drive yesterday, which saw the Buccaneers tie the game and force overtime. They should have gone for 2, but whatever. That was one catch for Sterling Shepard for 12 yards. That was the biggest gain for a wide receiver for Tampa Bay yesterday. Cade Otton was their leading receiver in the game. That's a tight end. That was trouble for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, this offense is limited. I know that they can do some nice stuff schematically in the run game. Bucky Irving, the rookie. Then there's Rashad White, the running back. They can do some things to pick up some yards in the run game. It has been a top 10 run game, but when they're so limited due to the injuries to the receivers, it's hard to take Tampa Bay seriously as an offense that can put up big points against the 49ers. Red Fox Inn in the background. Oldest continually operating in America, 1728. It's been around a lot longer than the 49ers or the NFL. Anyway, I think that this game has to be one where the 49ers come out and make a defensive statement like they did against Jacksonville coming out of the bye last year. Tampa Bay is going to be tired. They played overtime. They're coming off a short week plus overtime. 49ers are coming off the bye week. It's the one time San Francisco does have a legitimate rest advantage this season. They're not going to have it for a couple big games coming up after this one, so they do need to put on that type of statement. Bad defense on Tampa Bay's side, limited offense due to injuries. That all should add up to a good thing for the 49ers this weekend. We'll keep an eye on what's happening today, trade deadline-wise. Remember, even if the 49ers don't make a move, then I think that it's fair to say that they're going to pick up some good pieces. Christian McCaffrey, potentially Dre Greenlaw, maybe even somebody like Talanoa Hufanga, Yetur Gross-Matos. guys who haven't been playing for this team. And you know what all those guys would cost on the trade market? You know how many picks they would cost the 49ers if San Francisco does pick them up and they do contribute? Those guys would cost absolutely nothing. The price would be zero. So that's the potential play, or the biggest part of the play for the 49ers. If they do add, it might be on the periphery today on trade deadline day. We'll talk to you soon.